Hi guys, this is my first video. I'm really excited to quote this dance school. As you can see in the back, it's really plain looking right now, and I'm hoping I can, put some colors in it and stuff. Also, don't mind the AR voice. I sound like a little kid, so let's tour it. This is gonna be, you know what? It's moving too fast for me to say anything, but this is the tour. As you can see, it's looking really tacky right now, but we're not gonna worry about that because we're gonna fix that. Anyway, this is about the end of the tour. But I'm broke, so I have to go work. Yeah. You can skip with this part. So, I'll see you in the next clip. So, I was looking for, inspo for this on Pinterest, and I can't really find nothing. And I was looking for a while, I can't really find a thing. But eventually, I did find this picture. So I'm gonna try to replicate that as best as I can. Okay, so I've got this so far. I think it looks pretty good. I just gotta add some more lights and stuff, and somewhere for the students to put their uniforms on. But I think it's gonna turn out pretty good. So since I couldn't find much inspo, I'm gonna use the inspo from my high school that I built for the front office and seating area and hallway and stuff. Yeah. Also, let me know if y'all want a tour of the high school that I built. I'm really proud of it, and that was one of my biggest build ever. So I'm hoping that it turns out like this. Oh wait, I'm hoping this turns out like the high school and that it looks good. So now I'm just figuring out how I want the seating to go. And it's not really working for me. It's looking really odd, looking like I don't really like it. But I think it's gonna turn out good in the long run. It's really a trust the process type of thing. So now I'm just decorating and stuff, but I'm gonna skip over this part. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on the place where the students can put on their uniforms, but I think I'm gonna change it later because I still don't know if I'm gonna be able to make the, uniforms and stuff or get the codes. So I might just turn that into a, place for the lockers to be, but I still don't know. So after all that time, I finally did it, and I think I got an idea of how I want it to be, but now I gotta just add some decals. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna add some lockers, because it's a school, so it only makes sense. Now I'm gonna add windows to the locker room because in my high school, I had the locker room looking pretty similar to this, so I just thought to add that. And here's the inspo that I had from my locker room, and it's basically just gonna look practically exactly like that, because I don't really feel like finding any other inspo. So I'm just gonna make it look exactly like that, but with a little twist, because it's a dance school and not a regular school. Now I'm gonna add some showers and toilets because, in locker rooms, they always have showers because, dancers can get a little stinky. So I'm gonna add that. And then on the boys' side, I'm gonna put less stalls and some urinals instead. So now it's day 3 and I'm done with the locker room. I didn't do the boys' bathroom yet, but I did the hallways. I did a classroom, but it's not done. I added some signs, some mirrors, the essentials, and some ceiling details, but I'm still not done. So I'm gonna record that part. Now we're gonna work on some classrooms. In the basement area, there's gonna be 3 classrooms, 2 dance classrooms, and a gym. So right now I'm just gonna do the layout for all of them. So I did the layout of, the classrooms, and I kind of got bored of doing that. So I'm going to work on the hallways and the cafeteria. Also, if you're ever trying to fill up space in like hallways or something, a good way to fill up space is just put seating down or plants or tables, anything like that. And I put pillars and just a bunch of decorations to just fill up space. And in the main hallway, I put lockers. So those are some ways that you can fill up space, especially when you have a spacious area like a school. Oh, and also windows with lighting as well. Alright, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to start on the cafeteria. And with the cafeteria, I think I'm going to take heavy inspo off of the high school that I built as well. Just because it's the easiest way. And also add a little twist, obviously. I just have to say this right now because I already know how I'm going to see the comments. I did take inspo from the high school that I built as well. Just because it's the easiest way. And also add a little twist, obviously. I just have to say this right now because I already know how I'm going to see the comments. I did take inspo from the high school that I built as well. Just because it's the easiest way. I just have to say this right now because I already know how I'm going to see the comments. for my high school off of a YouTuber named, I think her name is Becca. I took inspo for that from her school. And I just have to mention that because I know a lot of people are going to think that I'm like just stealing and not giving credit. So I did take inspo off of her. Alright, so that part's done. Now I'm just adding in some more decorations and details and stuff. And also, if you're wondering why I'm always skipping over parts, it's because it's boring and, you know, people, including me, I don't really have a attention span. So it's like, I gotta skip over some parts so people can be engaged. Yeah. But I'm just gonna decorate now and then I think I'm gonna do the gym next. Now I get to start on the gym. I'm adding pillars to take up some more space because if I'm honest, my levels in gym is kind of low, so I only have so much equipment to use. So I'll have to improvise a little bit, so I'm just gonna add pillars and I think it's gonna turn out pretty well. But we're just gonna have to see. Oh, since this is my first video, I'm just gonna say a little bit about myself. As you can see from my intro, my name is Nality. I'm from South Carolina. I like playing Bloxburg, obviously. And as you can see in my builds, like if you look at my builds, you can see I always incorporate blue because blue is my favorite color. I like Coraline, Corey Kenshin. I'm 14. Well, I'm about to turn 14. I'm in 8th grade. What else? I don't really do much. Oh, I'm homeschooled, so I have a lot of free time. I I don't really know anything else. But yeah, if you like YouTubers like Becca or like Alaska Violet, I feel like you would like me too. But you know, it's all opinion wise, so I don't really know. It's the inspo picture I'm gonna use for this gym because I want it to look kind of like, I don't want it to look all like bright and stuff. I want it to look like black and blue, you know, school colors and stuff. But here's the inspo pic. I'm gonna try to recreate this as best as I can while also adding my own, you know, style that also goes with, you know, the theme of the school. I honestly feel like it's going pretty good so far, but like as you can see, I'm like moving stuff around because like it's not that much space in here as I thought it would be, so like it's a bit of a challenge, but you know, a challenge is good most times. So I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the little treadmills and stuff, and I'm just playing around with the pillars and stuff to see like how I want it. Now that I'm finally done with that, I'm gonna do the classrooms. It's kind of cramped in here, but like, I feel like I could, manipulate the space so people can still like, you know, walk around and stuff. I'm putting 2 boards because like, say you're sitting in one seat, you can't see the board, so I put 2 of them. Some markers, because you know the details matter. And you know the other stuff that just makes it a little bit better. Now I'm just putting extra decorations, and I'm gonna put some rugs down because like the floor looks really bland, so I'm gonna put some other details and stuff in there. And then I think I'm gonna do other classrooms next. I don't know. That took so long to do. I'm finally done. I have the whole basement area done, 2 classrooms and gym, and then the other classrooms. And I think it looks pretty nice, so now let's move on. I don't think I recorded doing this part, but I added some tables down for students to lounge at around the dorm area, and I did the layouts for each dorm. And I feel like it looks pretty good. I think it matches the vibe of the school overall. But now we're just gonna start on the first dorm. When I was doing a layout of them, I was contemplating on if I should put a kitchen or not, because it's like, what do they need a kitchen for? But like, now I just feel like it's just a necessity, because like, if I went to a dance school, I would want a little kitchen. So I'm gonna add a little kitchen, but I'm not gonna put too many appliances in there. I'm just gonna put, you know, the basic kitchen tools in there. So for the dorms, these are probably the only part of the school that I didn't really use much inspo for. The only thing in here that I really use inspo for was for like the little bunk beds, because I didn't know how to like decorate them and stuff. But for like the living area and the kitchen and stuff, I didn't really use a lot of like inspo pictures. I just kind of got it off the top of my head a little bit, so I think the kitchen looks pretty good so far. Now I'm just gonna start on the living room area. I'm gonna add some shelves where the students can put their shoes or like their ballet slippers, or, you know, just someplace to put, you know, storage or something, and then just put the TV above that. Yeah, like that. I think that looks pretty good. And then a nice size couch just to take up some space. And I'm gonna put some stuff from inside the school just to kind of match it a little bit. I feel like adding lockers in here would really make it look a lot better, because like it could dig up with their like book bags or, you know, stuff like that in there. And I feel like it's just a good touch to it. Then I'm gonna place down some yoga mats, because like they could still exercise in their dorms, and it also takes up some space, which I'm not worried about that, because like it's not that much space in here anyways, but I feel like it's just a good touch along with the pillars to separate their sleeping area with their living room. And yeah. I was contemplating on if I should make custom beds or just bunk beds and then just do my own thing with that. But if I were to make custom beds, then like I couldn't have like as much people in here than with bunk beds. So I decided to make my own like sidebar thing. I don't know what it's called for the beds with basic shapes. Cause like I feel like it just looks better this way in my opinion. And now I'm gonna just decorate it. Now this is probably my favorite part of this entire build. I love how they each have their own personality. And you can see how I kind of got lazy and just put random pictures out there, but I feel like it still looks pretty good. And now I'm just gonna do the desk area. So this part was kind of tricky because like there's not a lot of space along the wall, and I was gonna think about putting it like in the middle of the floor, but that didn't really like work out. It was just gonna be all in the way. So I had to figure out like how to do it, and I think I was just gonna do it so only 2 people could be there at once and not 4. And then I add a little speaker detail. I usually do this for like most of my office area things. Just a little touch, and then I'm gonna add a little detail by making a little cord to go on it. I'm thinking about doing like one side of it for like studying and then like the other side for like makeup and stuff, or just to like lounge at. But I don't really know yet, but I feel like this is gonna be pretty good, but we're just gonna have to see. Alright, I think I'm done. I feel like this looks really good. Like, I'm actually really impressed with myself, but now, let's just do the bathroom. So, in here, I want it to be really modern. I don't want it to give, like, school vibes. Like, I don't want it to be like that. I want it to look really clean, really sleek, really modern. Like, yeah, Oh, and then I think I want to do like a walk-in shower instead of like a tub. I don't know, but we're just gonna have to see. If you're wondering why I have to put a basic shape here, it's cause the wall won't like place because of the counters there, and I really don't feel like moving it, so I'm just gonna put a basic shape there and really do it the hard way. I'm gonna put some like hair stuff, makeup, and like outlets there just for realism, because you know the dancers always have to have that like sleek hairstyle. And then I'm gonna put some bathroom necessities in there as well, just to give it some realism. So I'm trying to add a shelf in here, but like I'm realizing that it's not gonna fit. Now that I'm looking back at it, like it was not gonna fit. Like I don't know why I did that, but moving on. Anyway, now I'm just adding some finishing touches, and I think it's almost done in here. Last but not least, I'm so excited because I'm almost done with this. We're gonna do the nurse's office because you know dancers can get hurt quite often. So you know that's a necessity. This is gonna look pretty similar to the one that I did in my school, but I'm gonna try to switch it up and make it more modernized than the one that I built before. honestly think it looks pretty good so far. I'm gonna decorate it a little bit more later. Alright, so I finished the nurse's office. I also did this little mailbox thing so students and teachers can like get their little packages. I did a little seating area and stuff on the outside. I also did this. I put a piano right here. Yeah. I put some like other details. I forgot what I did exactly, but I think I did pretty good on this build, really. Didn't expect it to be $1 million. I thought it was gonna be way cheaper, like 500K, but that's okay. It was a big build and it took out like most of the plot, so it's something to be expected. But here's the layout for anyone wanting to build this. Here's the picture I used as inspiration for the exterior part. And it probably looks nothing like this, but I don't know. I always add a little twist to everything that I build. But anyway, if you stayed this long, thank you so much, because I don't really have an attention span myself, and I know the video was long. But if you liked the video, comment, and I'll see y'all later.